Fair point, Vijay. Let's get Abhishek into the conversation as well. Abhishek, what's your sense on the currency? Because we have seen a lot of choppiness, volatile moves return into the rupee in last 6 or 7 sessions. On the declining spree, of course, today has been 0.5% of a gain coming in. But what's your sense on all the fundamentals that are weighing onto the currency?
So, if you look at the recent market move, though it comes to a shock to a lot of people, but if you see that the range of rupee of 60 to 60.5 that we have been talking about, people are getting used to that range. And when 60.5 broke, a lot of importers came into the market and started buying. And 61.5 was something which was quite probable. Now again, once we see this 61.5 coming in, again we feel that still I think the market is a buy on dips. And looking at the technical charts also, 62.5 looks like a target. Internationally, if you see, things are getting a little changed, As soon as the tapering started to happening, it's kind of getting ending now. The expectations of the interest rate hike, is building up in the market. People are realizing it. The US numbers are phenomenally coming good. Look at the GDP numbers. It's very, very nice. Look at the geopolitical tensions which is happening. And so, that money is again going to the US dollars. The 10-year treasury yield is coming down. So these kind of development which is happening, because of which I think the US dollar is getting bought. The dollar index is going up. The euro is coming down. So all this action is happening. So I think the dollar will remain bought in the market in the days to come. We have already seen sell-off happening in the emerging markets. We have seen selling also happening in the debt market after a long time. This particular month, we have seen debt negative, which has not been there for quite some time. So I think still dollar has strength, and I think 62, 62.5 is quite possible in the current market scenario.
Abhishek, as you said, the data from US and China has been positive, and there has been some safe haven money flowing into the dollar index also. What's your sense on the Europe though? Because the German data is very poor, Italy back at around recession. So would you say that apart from geopolitical concerns, there are these financial concerns also now surfacing?
So euro is a no-brainer. So it's very, very clear now that the euro is heading towards the 130. And already the moves that we saw toward 137, 138, I don't think it's going to be like history for them. But I think it's going to go back to 130 levels, euro, and the index going above 82. So I think euro, we are bearish on the euro.
You already said that 62.5 is a level that you're watching for in the Indian rupee. What's your sense on the dollar index here? With all the safe haven buying going in there, do you see much appreciation there?
Of course, if the euro is going down, and overall if you see the US dollar strength coming up, at least in the medium term perspective, and the US interest rates ultimately going up maybe next year end, I mean it's difficult to predict that, then ultimately we're going to see an strength in the US dollar. So last year we maintained 84 as the index, and we still maintain that. So 84 is what we are looking at the index.
What's also your sense after the RBI meeting, Abhishek? Because while there have been challenges on inflation and the RBI governor has touched upon it, what's your sense on the kind of bond movement that we've seen, and how long do you think that the RBI may take to ease here?
So I think if I could read between the lines, I think they were very cautious because of the monsoon thing that happened. It was not too great. I think they're very cautious, and they will wait and watch for some more time. So I don't see that the interest rates are going to get cut right now. I think there's still going to be some more meetings where they're going to watch and then see how things are going to shape, because internationally also we are seeing these problems cropping up, so they don't want to touch it in between. So I think for some time I think they'll stay put.
Alright, so that's the view really coming in. Lots of constraints, lots of concerns in the international as well as the domestic markets, and that can put pressure on the rupee going forward as well. Abhishek, thank you so much for joining us with your sense on the currency. With that, let's go for the break. When we come back, we will talk about the commodity space, where the gold prices continue to gain, are trading firmly above $1,300 per ounce mark. The fears of Russian military action against Ukraine and retaliation by Moscow over Western sanctions add to the safe haven appeal. And the Brent crude prices slip below 105 on global oversupply concerns, which pressure the prices.